Good afternoon, people of God. I want to share a wonderful word that I received today in church. I pray to having a blessed Sunday. So coming out of Luke 21, verses 34 to 36. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with fighting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that they come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall they come on all of them that dwell in the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that you may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. So in verse 34, it uses the word fighting, which means greed or excess, to take in too much. And verse 35 is at the end of verse 34, it says, so that they come upon you unaware, meaning when the Lord returns for his Holy Spirit. So basically, be mindful of yourself, not to fall into the cares of the world, nor of the greed of the world. To always be watchful and to always pray, because our prayer life is important. It's important to God, and it needs to be important to us. It's important to us when it should always be important to us. Our prayer life is what keeps us aware of what's to come. It keeps us connected to the Spirit, because God is the source. In John 15:5, it says that God is the vine, we are the branches. Without him, we can do nothing. So if you aren't connected to the source, you won't know nothing that's to come in these days. You won't know who to pray for. You won't know the things of God that he's trying to reveal to you in the Spirit, because you're not connected to the Spirit. Our prayer life is our communication to God. It's our access to him directly. But also in your prayer life, don't always just pray and then be so quick to get up. Sometimes when you pray, just sit there, let God speak his word to you now, because prayer isn't a monologue, it's a dialogue. It's communication between you and the Lord. So when you praying to him, you actually talking to him. So when you talk to him, allow him to speak back to you. Sit there, let him stir in you, let him stir in the Holy Spirit, so that he can speak to you, so you can receive and know what to do for that day. Because prayer also protects us. It keeps us, because we don't know what's to come of our day. That's why when you wake up in the morning, give God praise and thanks and pray before you start your day, because you don't know what's to come against you at your job. You don't know how the enemy going to use your family against you. You don't know what's going to happen when you're out in public somewhere. You don't know what phone call you're going to get. So prayer keeps us prepared, and it always keeps us prepared for when the Lord comes back for us. So always stay prayerful and stay watchful as well, because it helps keep your eyes open, so you know things to avoid, so you know things to do that God has for you, because God gives us wisdom. So always pray so that you can stay sensitive to his voice and to his Holy Spirit, so that you always know to do what's right. Love y'all.